Hare Krishna. The miseries that we face in material life is all the more accentuated because it is interspersed by short moments of happiness also. So, when there are some nice, enjoyable experiences, then we become so attached to them that when they are removed from us, then we suffer all the more. So this ups and downs is what makes us go like in a Ferris wheel, up and down. Sometimes we are so excited and joyful in life with life, and then we wish it would continue like that forever, and then we feel the pinpricks, and then that's all the more painful after an enjoyment, a spell of uh, you know um, uh, feeling that everything is going good, I'm on the top of the world, and then suddenly you're thrown down. So that's even more painful. When you go high up, the further you go up and then you fall down, it's even more painful. So what is the solution for all this? To keep our consciousness not to be affected too much by these ups and downs, because when we are happy also, we should always, a devotee praises the Lord. It's by his mercy somehow he's giving me this, I'm not even worthy of this, and he doesn't think this is anyway, it's not a permanent thing. So when he gives it, he acknowledges Krishna, he thinks about him, and he uses it to serve Krishna more. In this way, we don't get swept away by our successes either, or happinesses. And when there is some sorrow, we also use it as a stepping stone to go upwards towards Krishna. Okay, I have been forgetting him very much, and Krishna is giving me these tests so that I will come closer to him. And really, that's the only purpose behind it. Why this material world is full of sufferings, so different from the spiritual world, is simply because so that we'll come to our senses and remember, include Krishna in our lives. We want to enjoy separate from Krishna and as a Lord. That's the reason for our being here. And the minute we understand that it is purposeless to forget Krishna and to act as an enjoyer, but rather include Krishna in our lives and be a servant, we have the service mood, then it's very, very joyful in all times, in all moments. A devotee is always joyful because he knows that Krishna is always with him, and as long as Krishna is with me, I'll always, everything is fine. And so, in the same way, all the pure devotees that Krishna sends and who are giving us mercifully their association through their personal association, or through their books or writings or lectures and so on, it's a great boon, because as long as they are there with us, we feel very, very comforted, very, very confident that we can face this world. And the joy that comes from within, all the happiness and all the love and everything else is all within us, and we are looking outside for all those things. We are looking, when we don't understand that, we're looking outside. There is a Hindi doha which says, talks about deer, the musk deer. It has a very nice fragrance coming out of its navel, and it wants to enjoy that fragrance, and it thinks it's coming from somewhere else, and so it's running around looking for that place from where this wonderful fragrance is coming, not knowing that it's coming from its own navel. In the same way, all the happiness, joy, the knowledge, and um, all the good things are actually from within. As long as we are connected to Krishna, we can always be happy, always joyful, and there is no suffering actually. But the minute we are disconnected from Krishna, then we are looking for all that happiness outside, and when we don't get it, we feel very, very distressed. So the source of all happiness is within, and that is Krishna himself. And simply by chanting the Hare Krishna mantra very sincerely, we can connect to him. So easy to connect to Krishna. He becomes available just by his own names, by his form, in the form of Archa Vigraha, in the form of the narrations that we hear about him. In all these aspects, he reveals himself to the pure devotee, or aspiring pure devotee. And in this way, we can be comforted by, even in this Kali Yuga, when there are so many things tossing about every day, some, um, you know, we don't know. We don't know what's going to happen. Something or the other alarming keeps happening, and we are there is no peaceful. You know, something. I mean, we can't expect peace even on a day-to-day basis. Something or the other is always disturbing us. But a devotee, by holding on to the lotus feet of Krishna, can enjoy the peace and the beauty and the ecstasy within the heart, in spite of all these waves of that Maya is tossing us through, and still be able to experience that love in spite of whatever treatments, adi bhautik treatments we get from people, or our own minds are disturbing us all the time. And when we stop listening to our minds, when the problem is that sometimes we believe our mind too much, the mind becomes our guru more than the spiritual master or senior Vaishnavas. We trust our mind too much, and so that is always causing us distress. And when we stop listening to our minds and always listen to Sadhu Shastra and Guru, then it is very, very exciting, because we can see the truth as it is rather than through our narrow perceptions or colored visions due to our past karmas. So, in this way, by chanting very nicely and humbly, and by including Krishna in our lives in a service mood, we can, to a large extent, overcome these material problems. Tolerate. Krishna says, tolerate them. They come and go, winter and summer seasons. That is possible only through chanting Hare Krishna in a very humble mood and serving and with a service mood. Hare Krishna.